Doing a review of a Taurus firearm today. Ooh, gross, a Taurus, nasty. Several years ago, Taurus was not the best name in the firearm industry. They've had a lot of issues, fit and finish, quality control, reliability issues, but they've really stepped up their game in these past few years. Really stepped it up and just really broadened the horizons of what they offer. And they offer a lot of great products, mostly towards the lower end side of the lower end as far as cost-wise. So become a lot affordable for a lot of people and pretty popular as far as revolvers. There you go. Speaking of revolvers, this is the first revolver I've ever reviewed on my channel. I don't own a lot of revolvers, only 2, and I wish I did own more, honestly. I love revolvers, wheel guns, all that jazz. But there's not a whole lot out there, and the ones that I really like are pretty expensive, so I gotta save my pennies for them. But when you get it, it looks like this. There's your gun, cardboard box, and here's your little tool and key for the safety on the gun. Firearm is unloaded. This is a Taurus Judge Public Defender model. The Public Defender is geared towards the concealed carry realm. But they do offer Taurus Judge, and they got the 3-inch barrel, and they also have the Taurus Raging Judge, which fires a 454 Casal 45 long Colt and a 3-inch 410. And it's a massive handgun. But the Public Defender comes in stainless, blued, or poly, which is has a polymer frame with the metal, with the steel cylinder. The stainless is the most expensive one. MSRP is about $600, but you're gonna find it kind of closer in the 500s. The blued are around the 4s, closer to 3s, and the polymer ones are in between 3 and 4. What makes this so popular, for people who don't know already, is these been out for quite some time, but when they first came out, they're pretty revolutionary, I guess, or a new idea. 357, you can fire a 357 or a 38 special. But this, you can fire 2 completely different cartridges. You can fire a 45 long Colt, or you can fire a 410 shotgun shell. And with the with the shotgun shell, you can get buckshot, birdshot, slugs. So it's geared towards personal defense / a trail gun, side hunting gun. So you can have like birdshot for snakes and things like that. It's pretty cool. And there are defensive loads for both of these calibers as well. When I was looking up information on these, something I didn't think about, but this is not considered a short barrel shotgun. And the reason is that because it has rifling in the barrel, so it's classified as a handgun. But in the great state of California, they like to do things their own way, and this is illegal in California. I guess they consider it a short barrel shotgun or something, but you cannot have this in California. Go figure. Another thing that's not legal in California. Let's go over the features and the specs real quick, and I'll get into my personal opinion of this. It does have a fiber optic front sight that is metal, and the sights are fixed, just a little notch in the back. And it's pretty bright and visible, and acquires pretty quickly there. It does have a bobbed hammer for less snag for the concealability. You can still operate it, but it is kind of difficult. It's hard to pull it back. It's very hard to pull it back because there's not a whole lot of grip on there. It is a double action, single action revolver, like most. It's going to be double action all the time unless you pull back the hammer. And it's a very strong, stiff, heavy trigger on double action. Not the best, but if you're familiar with Taurus's revolvers, you'll be kind of familiar with this. But when you do get it in a single, I mean, it's a hair trigger. It is super light. And it takes nothing to pull that trigger. Like I said, it does have rifling in the barrel. It's rifled, but it's shallow rifling. You know, it's rifled for the 45 long Colt, but they reduced it for the spread on the 410 as well. It's a pretty big gun. It's pretty massive. It weighs about 28.2 ounces unloaded. There's a 2.5-inch barrel, and it's 9 inches long. And it's a pretty big gun to hold, and these Pachmayr grips just make it even bulkier, but that helps in the shooting. My personal opinions and experiences with this firearm. Shooting this is a fun gun to shoot. You know, with these two calibers and with this 410, you got a lot of options. You got slugs, birdshot, buckshot. So it's a fun plinking gun. It's a fun gun to shoot. It's cool to carry on you know, on the trail or wherever for snake. It's a good snake gun. But it does have a bit of recoil. It's manageable and it's controllable. And you shoot it enough, you'll learn to manage it, no problem. But you do know it's there, and you will get more recoil out of the 410. But it's not terrible, but you definitely know it's there. But these thicker Pachmayr grips do help, but these are kind of meant for bigger hands. But since this is kind of geared towards the concealed carry area, I don't really recommend it for concealed carry. Is it a horrible option? No. Is it the best option? No. If you have it and you want to carry, you know, go ahead. It's, you know, carrying a gun on you, whether it's a 22 or a 44 Magnum, it's better than no gun. But, you know, there's better options, but a gun on you is better than no gun. So if this is something you want to carry or have and you want to carry it, you know, go ahead and do so. But, you know, for concealed, I mean, it's a big, massive gun. You know, a lot of people say they have no problem carrying this. They do make quite a few holsters. I've actually seen quite a few holsters for these, so don't be afraid of that. But it's a big, bulky gun, and for only firing 5 shots, I mean, you can get guns of the same size, slimmer, lighter, and they hold way more rounds, and you can get, you know, pretty good calibers out there. And I mean, you got 357 revolvers that are half the size of this, and it has a lot more firepower than one of these cartridges. And that's another thing. Oh, these are not the best cartridges out there. There's been so many improvements, plus P rounds and things like that, that these are really not the best. Are they horrible? No, but there's a lot better options out there for these. Let's see what else. Also, and with that, saying about those calibers, this is also not the cheapest gun to shoot. It can get pretty expensive to shoot this because these are, you know, pretty expensive. And even for target loads, target rounds for these 45 long Colts, I mean, you're looking into $30 a box. Of course, buying bulk is better, but it gets expensive to shoot this thing with these somewhat odd calibers that they're just not too common. But if you shoot a lot of 410 or shoot a lot of 45 long Colt, you have those or whatever, you know, go ahead. You got, you know, another gun that shoots the same caliber. But so yeah, that's something to keep in mind. It can get a little pricey to shoot this, but it is very fun to shoot. Going to the range, like I said, and it's meant for concealed carry, and it was meant for home defense, little trail gun. That's another part, or not really carrying it, but as a bedside gun or keep it in your glove box, it can be a good option. But it is not the most accurate guns out there, so use within, you know, close range. Because of the short barrel and the shallow rifling, the 45 long Colt is not the most stable and accurate being fired out of this weapon. And because of the rifling, the 410 spreads like crazy. Like, you get past 10, 15 feet, it goes off your target. You got to stay within, 15 is about max. And it's about max. And you don't have a whole lot of range either with the 45 long Colt. You get more range, but it's not much more. So you got to stay within, 15 foot, 10 foot. So it's very good for in the house point blank range. Not so much suitable for concealed carry, where if you have to draw your weapon, it can be at any range really. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But it is a reliable weapon. It does function well. I have no issues with it. So my bottom opinion is, with how much these cost, with this model in the $500 to $600 range, and you can find them cheaper, like I said. There's a lot of options, especially when you're dipping into $500 to $600. There's a lot of options out there for that price range, and it's just for the size and weight. There's a lot better options out there as well. But if you want a good little fun range gun, if you're a collector, revolver collector, whatever, this is a fun gun to have, fun gun to shoot, good at the range. But I just want, like I said, if you're thinking about buying one, just keep in mind of the cost of the ammo, the cost it is to shoot it, the types of cartridges that this fires, and the sheer size of this, and other options out there. But other than that, it's a great gun. It's a fun gun to shoot. Definitely, if you're a collector, it's one to have. But if you want it as a priority gun, there are better options out there to look. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, please let me know, and thanks for watching.